Doing research for this topic was a blast because there's a lot of games that I would not think about finding for this. The first thing I do want to talk about is Michael Jordan, Chaos in the Windy City. Have you ever heard of this game, Peter? I know this game is old, like you.
Oh yeah. Well, since I went from my consoles went from Game Boy Color to Xbox One, or the original Xbox, because I wasn't allowed to play games. But no, I never had a Super NES or anything like that. So unfortunately, but never heard of it. But did do some research this week on the game. Didn't realize it was a platformer. So that was interesting to check it out. Have you heard of it before?
Nope, not until today, man. Chaos in the Windy City came out 28 years ago for the Super Nintendo, where you control 6-time champion Michael Jordan in saving his teammates from the evil mad scientist Maximum Cranium. Use a basketball to defeat evil eyeballs, spiders, and the LeBron haters to collect keys and unlock doors to get your team back together. This game is crazy. It's crazy. That's the best way to think about it. Like, how does this game affect LeBron's legacy?
Yeah.
Does LeBron have a game that could compete?
Right. I'm sure he's been looking at it too. Like
LeBron is only in multiverses, okay? And we know how that game's going. All right. We know how that game is going. But no, this game looks pretty solid, dude. Like, I mean, for like back at 28 years old, this game's older than me.
Yeah.
Look how good this game looks. And you're just going around in it.
Yeah, it's so from what I read and what I watched from like the collective reviews for it, kind of said, like, as a platformer goes, actually not too bad. It is, he said it, like they were saying, like, the world's actually pretty big. You have to rescue 20 some players, so it's not a short game by any means. And as far as like puzzles going, and like, it's not the worst platformer on the market, so don't let the name fool you. Like, if you're actually into platforming games from that era, like, it is worth your time to go pick it up.
Because I think a lot of people would look at it and be like, a Michael Jordan game, this got to be like kind of like a cereal box topper game. Like, this can't be that. But like, it reminds me of like an old Ninja Turtle game back in the day, like with the graphics and everything and the way you platform, the way you move.
Yeah.
And like the combat's actually, like, it's not like super crazy, but I mean, dribbling a basketball, being able to like hit enemies and kind of just go on. Like, I think it looks cool being able to move around and just like, they have different stages. I think for its time, 28 years ago, this is a very solid game.
Yeah, you get power-ups. I think there's boss fights as well.
Oh, yeah.
He keeps the dribble the whole time, so never travels once in the entire game.
Right.
Like, it's take Michael Jordan off, like the name, and like it'd be a decent platform. Like, I don't know how else to say it, but they included all the right elements for it. It's not the worst game on the market. So
no, I watched a little bit of gameplay for it and the trailer and stuff. I'm like, I can get behind this. I could play it. Yeah. I don't know who Maximum Cranium is. Like, I don't know.
What are his motivations too? Like, why did he take all the players? That's my question.
Why would he?
It's never how
he's a LeBron. He's a LeBron fan. He's a LeBron fan. Is this the case? Like, I just like. There's a lot of stuff I'm trying to unfold here. There's a lot to unfold here. Cooldown says that game looks fire. Oh yeah, this game looks cool. Like, hey, I honestly would give it a shot. I don't have a Super Nintendo or nothing, but I wonder how hard it would be to find that game.
Right.
Collectors,
I don't know.
hit me up.
Me up. What are they selling for on eBay? Cooldown. Look on eBay. See what it's going for.
There you go, Cooldown. Cooldown got a job today. Let's go. But nah, man, I was looking at this game and I thought it was pretty cool, man. For a platforming game by Michael Jordan, I'm like, it's cool.
Yeah. But
you know what game isn't cool? No, I'm kidding. Madden. Anyways. Oh, my God. So, listen. We got a game that's coming up, guys. And it's a sequel to another game, but we're going to kind of talk about the sequel and the prequel of the game. Because I saw both of them, and I'm like, which one would be better to talk about? All right. And I found a lot of stuff for the sequel, but this game is called Shaq Fu. Shaq Fu, y'all. Shaq Fu, A Legend Reborn. This is the sequel to the first Shaq Fu game that came out on the Super Nintendo in 1994. Again, older than me. It's a beat-em-up game where you start as Shaq Hung, who is trained by Kung Fu Master Shaq to take on evil and use combos to be the chosen one. You think Shaq is good at karate?
I think he's good at everything. I've decided like he's doing it all.
For him being so like athletic and big at the same time, because that's a big man. He plays center in the NBA. Now
he's a superstar DJ that tours the world. Did you
what
know that?
has it? I don't think there's been a thing that Shaq hasn't done.
I know. He like we can talk about him all day, like for what he's done. But yeah, it's
talk about how good his game is. How about that? Let's talk about how good his game is. Before we get into it, you can get the MJ game for $20. That might be a good $20 to invest in.
That's a pretty good investment. You think Jordan's still getting the royalties on that?
Oh no, you'd probably gotta like, because you probably can't buy it brand new. You probably got to buy like a resold version of it.
Right.
You feel like
yeah, that's true. But have you played either the original or the remake?
No, dude. But the first one, literally, it's bad. Like I did not edit this video, y'all. So don't come for me. All right, this is literally the trailer for the new game that said it sucked, and they admitted that it sucked. It doesn't, like, for a fighting game, it just really doesn't pull off everything you need in a fighting game, like the combos and stuff like that. I feel like there's different fighting games that can pull off better combos and better moves than kind of that. Like, you have the basic stuff in that game, but like the sequel, it doesn't look that bad. It looks like it wants to be more than just a fighting game. It's more of just like a beat 'em up. You kind of move through the map and then you beat bosses and stuff like that. And it looks good. There's like different concepts in the game. Like you saw, he turned into a cacti at one point, and he had different abilities and different stuff. But technically, that's not Shaq. Shaq trained him to do that. That's right. You get it. Shaq was in the first game, and he's like, I can't make another crappy game.
Right.
We'll go ahead and pass it off to the other guy. You feel me?
Yeah. I mean, it's cool, man. Like it just like that game and the Michael Jordan game. You wonder if just parent companies looked at that and they were like, well, they're money makers, so let's just like make sure that we hit every part of the market, like try to profit as much as we can off this stuff. So I feel like gamers get offended when it's so transparent when they do stuff like that. Like it's like we're aware that you're just selling it because of the name, and like the game's not even that good. But unlike the Michael Jordan game, I didn't feel like I saw a lot of positive for the original Shaq Fu. Like I said, I think people like can see through. Like if it's a good game and the name's on it, cool. But I feel like people are just already a little apprehensive to pick it up because it's like, okay, well, you're clearly promoting Shaq's brand. Although I'm a big supporter of the Shaq brand, I'm just like not, it's like, I don't know. It's just
what, like, are you a hater or are you what is like? I don't
know. No. I don't even know anymore.
Bro, I love Shaq, but this game garbage, bro. Like I don't know.
I can say that. Like he's not a, I love Shaq, but don't sell me this like it's going to be a great game.
I get you.
Unless it is.
Yeah. I think, okay, if we look at hand in hand, the first Shaq Fu and then the sequel, The Legend Reborn obviously has more positives. Like, so like if we could literally say something positive about it, I think they added more elements into the game. And I think this is better for a Shaq Fu game to just have a structure where it's like, we want to style this as a beat 'em up and we're going to do it as that. It's just a straight up just fighting game with just kicks and whatever. So.
But then you have to ask, how many Shaq Fu games do we really need? That's my question.
That's the last one. I hope it's the last one.
It's like, we don't need a
Shaq got a lot of time now. Shaq got a lot of time, to be honest. Like that's why I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, anyways.
Right.
Could he make another one?
No,
I mean, you guys gonna support it? You guys gonna buy the Shaq Fu? Shaq Fu? No. But you just said you loved Shaq.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't need to play his game. I'll support him in any other
that's rough.
Facet.
That's rough. Like I said, man, it doesn't. I can see the improvements from the original Shaq Fu to the Shaq Fu remaster, the Legend is Born or whatever it's called, and I think it looks good. But you gotta remember, man, this is the topic. It's weird sports game that are technically sports.
It's games. Weird. It's weird.
It's weird. It hits the nail on the head. That is weird.
Right.
If you want to see all our videos about real news stories that are funny, stupid, or weird, click the subscribe button below. Otherwise, we'll start posting spoilers about your favorite new movies.